Hi, everybody. Live yet again. Wednesdays. Wicked Wednesday chats is what I used to call this. And I am doing it live again. So jumping on or letting everybody jump on as usual, as per usual, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. You guys know the deal. The title says a lot. It's emotional times for a lot of people, including myself. Some new developments possibly are happening. What else? Q&A. So please, if anybody is on right now, please say hello and ask some questions. I don't know how much information I want to give out personally, but I'll do what I can. All right. What is going on? Hi, Celia. Hi, Lisa. What's up, Frankie Jr.? Firehawk, Colorado. I was just there thinking about buying some property up there. I got a vlog coming out this week, either Sunday or Monday. That's going to be probably Monday. That's going to be the Tiny House Festival, or the Colorado Tiny House Festival. I'm lost right now. I'm not engaged, so I need to get engaged. Let's do this. But I'm doing there's a vlog coming out on Friday. Wow, oh my God, I am so not into, I'm not connected. I need to get connected, guys. What is going on? Vlog coming out on Sunday or Monday. That's going to be the Colorado Tiny House Festival. I went into some rigs. Yeah, and I'm going to show those off in that. I got a really cool tour coming out. It jumped the line of other tours that I have lined up, but I liked it so much I wanted to jump its line. So the tour that's coming out tomorrow is actually a tiny house, and it's probably one of my most favorite tiny houses I've ever seen. I'll put it out there to you guys that I have a very busy month coming up, the end of August all the way to the end of September. But I'm going to get into that in a second because Frankie Jr. wrote me a novel just now. This might be a hard question for you to answer in your current state, but have you ever lost motivation to work on your van when needed? And if so, how did you get it back? No, you know what? During the build, I was so busy and consumed with the builds when I was doing them. All three, from the first van, second van, and then the Jeep. I never really lost focus during that process, and that's why I got them done as quickly as I did. And I feel like I almost feel like I need that back in my life. I need to regain some focus. I actually, like, the YouTube actually probably took the biggest hit because I was so focused on the builds. I didn't devote enough time to YouTube management or video management or things like that nature. So on the second build, especially, first build, there was no YouTube. The second van, yes, YouTube definitely took a big hit from that. And then my Jeep build, I thought I could keep up with both, and I couldn't. I'm a one-man show over here, so it was very difficult. I didn't really lose motivation during that time. And again, I actually think I need that kind of motivation back in my life, to be 100% honest with you. Thank you for that question, Frankie. And you said you completely agree with the focus. I've had so much going on, plus the lack of the driveway. I've lost motivation. I mean, that's a little different, like not having the space and jumbling things. Like if it's not comfortable, then that could be an issue. So I remember, like, when I started, I was gung ho and just full force. There were times during each build that you were just like, you know what, you got to take 3-4 days off, and that actually will remotivate you. So maybe do that, Frankie. Like, just literally don't do any building, any research for like 3 days. And maybe that might actually help. I remember doing that a few times during each build, all three actually. So maybe try and do something like that. My desk area looks great. Thank you, Janine. Appreciate it. Not back here. This is all a mess back here. This is all jumbled back there. But I'm still working on some things. I got to finish this wall. I got to do a bunch of things. Hi from Texas, Donna. Hello. Do you regret going to a Jeep instead of another van prior? I can't say your name because I can't pronounce it. But that is a really great question, and I am almost positive I'm doing another van very soon. I'm actually thinking of doing a smaller van, not a high top, a low top, and I'll get into more details about that in the near future. I don't want to say anything yet because I haven't bought anything. So I don't want to say I'm going to do a low top and then all of a sudden buy a high top. So a lot of it depends on finances. A lot of it depends on what I'm also going to be trying to do with this van. I'm not going to live full time, so that's another thing. Um, it'll be a part-time vehicle. Do I want to use it as? Do I want two vehicles? Do I want the Jeep and the van? Can I afford a Jeep and a van? Am I going to sell it? Like all of these things. So I don't regret it, no, but I've definitely come to the realization that I actually enjoy the building process a lot more than I thought I did. And I think that's maybe where I need to get back to. And I've been going through an emotional, distortion of sorts this past month, moving to a major city. So there's a lot of that there as well. Frankie Jr. Yeah, that is definitely what you need, my man. You need to take a mental break. Um, whether it's a staycation being at home or whether it's, maybe even taking your van out for a weekend. But you need to disconnect, whatever that may be, whatever that disconnection is for you. Van DeLorean, good name. Van DeLorean, you said that you're fully motivated to finish the build, but yeah, you're in Florida heat in July. That's probably not a good idea to build your van out in July in Florida. That is really difficult, actually. That's the same as where I am now, which is Las Vegas. So, it's actually worse in Florida because you deal with humidity. So I couldn't imagine building in this heat out in Florida. I can't imagine building in the heat where I am now in Vegas. So that's another thing. Somebody, mentioned a minute ago, and I talked about doing a van. If I do a van, I'm going to do it to prove a few points. I'm going to show that you can actually build a van out of a parking lot, which is probably what I'll do. And I'm doing that for a reason. I could go get space, but I'm doing it for a reason. And I'm waiting until wintertime here in Vegas because wintertime in Vegas is a lot easier to build outside than it is in July and August to build outside. So kind of crazy, right? Somebody asked, how are you dealing with the heat after living in Oregon? What was the high today? Right now on my phone, it's reading 97 degrees, which is cool. We have scattered thunderstorms throughout the Las Vegas area, but we've been. How have I been dealing with it? I'm totally fine with it. I live in this very comfy apartment, and I have a great complex that I live in. So I've got a pool and I've got amenities. So I limit myself to going outside, although I should go out. To be out more in like coffee shops and bars and things like that. But I've been traveling a lot. I went to Colorado recently. I'm going back to Colorado next month. I'm flying to Boston this week, and I'm driving a van cross country. I don't even know if I told everybody there that on my YouTube, but I'm doing that trip as well. So there's a lot. I'm very busy all summer long. Matthew Johnson, I am not in Portland. I'm in Las Vegas right now. I lived in Portland for a hot minute, then lived in Bend. This was after my second van sale. Now I'm in Vegas, and I'm already considering moving from Vegas. So I still live that nomadic lifestyle. Matt B, long time no see. Thanks for coming on. I'm doing okay van lifing without AC and PDX. It's very possible. That shouldn't be a problem actually in the Pacific Northwest. I know Portland during the day is very, very hot, but it's very comfortable at nighttime. So you should be able to handle Portland without AC very easily. Let's see. What's up from Vermont? Vermont's a great little state there. Then it's a hidden gem, the gem of the East. Seaside, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I could be better, I could be worse, but I'm doing okay. You know, every day is ups and downs. But you know, you live, you learn. Hey Jared, have you ever seen the new EcoFlow and Blue Eddy power stations? I think they are truly targeting a full van build without the individual components. Pretty much a plug and play. Yes, very much so. Actually, my friend Light Harvest Solar, Miles, the owner of that company, I'm actually going to be testing his new product, which is just a revamped version of the Blue Eddy. But it's really, really amazing. It is a full-on plug and play, all in one unit. I think they've come a long way, and I think they're only going to get better. To be honest with you, it depends on how you want to do it. You know, van life, because everybody's van life is a little bit different. So, yeah, I do. I definitely think you can power an entire van. I have a system actually in my kitchen right now, and I will be testing it with a Brava oven, which a Brava oven is like an oven that is like Tesla meets Easy Bake Oven. It's super, super amazing and all electric. And I'm going to be doing a test on that thing. So I'm super excited to do that video. I'm probably going to be filming it tomorrow, and that'll be the next vlog after the Colorado tiny house vlog. But it's yeah, I think that's where you know, off grid living is going to be going with these power stations. They're pretty ridiculous. Any meetups in NM? That would be New Mexico, I believe. Joe Dirt. Good movie. I don't think so. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure there are. I just don't know them off the top of my head. I'm doing the Gutted event, which is in Alamosa, Colorado. Alamosa, Colorado. Did I say that correctly? Which is like southern Colorado, and it's only like an hour or so from the New Mexico border. So you know, you could always go to that. That's going to be a really cool event because it's like a gathering as well as it's a gathering as well as a build off. Stop messaging me. It's a gathering as well as a build off that we're going to be doing 3 builds against each other. It's a van build versus a schoolie versus an RV. It's called Gutted, which is going to be awesome. Jeff M, where can you get walkable solar panels? I use Sunflare Solar. It's just about the mounting of them. You literally can go to sunflaresolar.com and you can, it'll direct you to the person that you can get walkable panels from. But it's not the panel is one thing, but it's actually how it's mounted to a platform. You know, because the bracing is what's really needed to make it walkable. Obviously, the panel itself needs to have some sort of, you know, durability, but it's also about the bracing. So need to make sure that that is done correctly. Can't wait for the video on the Brava. I saw it on one of your previous videos, and it sounded pretty cool. Yeah, Donna, I am super excited about it. Norman from the Hamptons, what up? Joe Dirt, what date? The Gutted event is September 8th to the 12th, I believe. It's a 5-day event, and it's a 5-day build off, which is going to be ridiculous. Also, if I did miss any of your questions, please repeat it, because I can't keep up with all of them. I give long-winded answers, and then, you know, I miss questions. I'm sorry. At the beginning of the video, I did say, at the beginning of the live, excuse me, I did say that I'm out of it right now, and I'm distracted emotionally, hence the title. And I'm trying to do my best to get through all of this. So right now I'm at the 14-minute mark. So I don't see myself going past 30, but you never know. You never know what I can read here and what I see here, and it kind of gets me going with something. What is up from Kentucky? Really enjoy your content. Thank you so much. And showing us homebodies the nomad life. Well, you know what? I was a homebody myself for a long time, and you got to force yourself to get out every now and again. I got an undermount AC, 14,000 BTU, 12 volt, for $300 Canadian. The guy has 10 more that work great. Sam, congratulations. I don't know the brand, I don't know the company, but you know, if it works, it works. Why not? What's up from Charlotte, North Carolina? Congratulations, healing from breast cancer. I do wish someone for East Coast stores. I wish I would do East Coast tours too. However, I am doing an East Coast tour. I'm filming it this weekend because I'm flying back east, but it won't be out for a while because I have a laundry list of tours, which is not a bad thing. So, but I am going back east to do a tour with someone and drive that van that I'm touring. It is a high price van and it's going to be super awesome. I would like to have the main wire checked before I even attempt to do the DC to DC solar. Yeah, there's a lot of people that can do that for you. There's a lot of people out there that can check that wiring for you. It is nice to find a marine electrician just because they do know 12 volt or low voltage. You know, a lot of electricians that like journeymen that are trained in electrical work. They tend to also not know like audio. You want to find someone that does audio, audio electrician because they typically handle low voltage and they might know it a little bit better. That there's a little tip for you guys. Audio people that deal with a lot of installs and wiring and things like that, like real good audio people. They know what's up. Why are you emotional? I just joined from the broadcast. I'm going through a lot. I moved recently from a small town. I mean, this goes back to everything that happened in 2020. I sold my van and then I moved into an apartment. The transition was very difficult. I was very overwhelmed. I went out to Bend, Oregon, and it was a small town, 100,000 people, and I felt very content there and very happy. And then, we started to come out of all this crap, and I decided to move to a very big city, so I had a little bit of a culture shock. And I don't want to go into details of my personal life, but sometimes it's funny. Like I never felt lonely on the road. I always was with people, or I got to choose when I was with people and not. But the loneliness back into part-time van life or Jeep life is a little different. My brother's calling me. Ignore that. The loneliness is real, is all I'm trying to say. So I guess that's why I'd probably be emotional, is probably the loneliness. But it is what it is, and only time will fix that, right? Dave the Uber slave. Nobody talks about the air conditioning of van in triple digits isn't possible, even if you're plugged into an outlet. Yeah, I 100% agree with you, Dave. Nobody talks about it because nobody knows, the science behind it, I guess. Yeah, you're trying to fit a square peg into a circle hole. You just can't do it. Plain simple. A lot of people asking Sam about those undermounts. I mean, I don't know how real that is. I don't know this character. He could just be spamming everybody, guys. I don't know. But it could be real. He's right. The Hyman AC. I don't even know what that is. But hopefully it is real. I don't know. Don't believe everything you see or read on the internet, right? Oh, my brother. Checking in on me, making sure I'm okay. Let's see here. Matt B, what do you got for me? You can be in a room full of people and still be lonely. Matt B, you're 100% right with that. You can be in a room full of people and be lonely. I went to my complex was having its grand opening party, and I went to it and I was lonely there. There was 60, 70 people there, and I tried to make conversations, but forcing conversations are weird. It's a very, I don't know, loneliness, depression, it comes in waves for me. So it's a very real thing. I don't want to get too much into a psychological debate with everybody here, but it is very real. It is very real. I'm Gen X. Loneliness and being left alone is what we strive for in this is their sign up sheet. Yeah. I mean, what's weird is I was born in 83. So a lot of people actually, they say I'm a millennial. Technically, by on paper, I'm a millennial, but I actually think that I resonate more with Gen Xers than I do with millennials. But who the heck knows? Have you seen Down to Mob's Gladiator? Not in person, only on Instagram. He's a great dude. Would love to meet him at some point. But he's kind of going all out with that Gladiator. It's a little bit different than what I was doing. But yeah, he's a cool dude. I like him. I'm sure I'll see it at some point in life. Maybe people will hang out more if you don't do videos in the desert with testing the AC and high temps. Yeah, Oscar Mayer. That was literally a video to like show like an exorbitant amount of like it was stupid. Like I would never camp in the desert with trying that AC unit, and I hope people realize that, but I guess they didn't. I was literally just going out there to test the damn thing, not to actually like, this is how what's possible. So, but I know you're joking as well, by the way. What are your thoughts on the mini split AC for a 2004 diesel Sprinter van? Thank you. You're welcome. Why are we all going into AC right now? Only because it's summertime? I think you need a lot of power bank, and I don't think 120 volt AC unit is worth it, in my personal opinion. And running a mini split, the only mini split I know that is 12 volt is Cruise and Comfort, and you need a big power bank for that. You're going to need 400 to 600 on a low end amp hours, and if I think there's many ways to live life without an air conditioner, but if you truly, truly, truly need it, then you're going to have to spend the money on a power bank. So that's my 2 cents. I think there's plenty of ways to have cross ventilation. Open up that door, live your life. Frankie Jr., you just moved across the country and it's been tough to get out there and be social again. I agree. That's the other thing. We kind of went through this thing back in 2020 that started, and then all of a sudden it started to kind of ease up. And I think there's been a lot of emotional disconnection for everybody, or distortion, or however you want to put it. It's like we were all pretty content with what was happening after a while. And now we're like, hey, go out and play with everybody. And it's like, there's like an overstimulus feeling. And I don't know, I'm not a, psychologist by any means, but I feel like I am not alone when I have been overstimulated with what's been happening. And I feel like there's a lot of, of emotions going around with everybody, not just me. We just want to be happy and healthy. I agree. Support you no matter what you choose. Thank you. Appreciate you. Trent and Alley just got a rooftop tent for their Forerunner. Matt, it sounds like everybody's following my footsteps. I'm just kidding. I'm a nomad in New York City, full time, just past 5 months. There you go. Go to the Jersey Shore on weekends. That was pretty much the same exact thing I was doing in LA. I was living in Hollywood, and I would go out to the beaches, at and on the weekends or when I have my days off. It's pretty cool. Matt B, they are. Maybe we'll see what happens with my rooftop tent. I don't know when you got on, Matt, but I'm a trendsetter. Yeah, people have called me one of the OGs of van life. I did, I started my research back in 16. I built my van in 17. That was, over 4 years ago. Kind of crazy. New media term for today is, I can't even exactly. Yeah. Okay. Hope the trip to Boston puts a smile on your face, seeing family and friends. Donna, yeah, I don't know if sad is the right verb or adjective I want to put here, but I'm not sad. I'm not happy. I'm not anything. I'm just kind of like, I needed a change, or I need a change. And, we're going to see what happens in the near future, and you guys will know too. You guys will see it as well. I do want to design and build a tiny house. I know that for a fact. I do know that I don't have the financial means to do that. So I'm going to have to figure out what that entails and what I need to do to be financially stable to do something like that. But these are all things that I'm going to be working on myself, and it's all good. It's all good. Craigslist '04. Um, I didn't exercise pretty much most of 2020 and into 2021, and I got back into it when I moved to Vegas, and I do feel a lot better. I'll admit that. I've been exercising a lot more. I put on some weight and I've been wanting to get it off, so I feel a lot better. I appreciate that. Am I having a midlife crisis? I don't. I possibly. I hope I'm not midlife at 38 years old. But that's a possibility. Yeah, I guess that. Sure. I mean, I'm also single with no kids. I mean, I don't necessarily want kids, but um, you know, not sharing my life with somebody else, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Right? It depends. Glass half full or half empty when you look at it that way. Like some people love being alone, and some people love having a companion. And no, I'm not going to be getting a dog. Let's see. Ed, that was good. Boxing will help. Just kicking the crap out of a bag. Sure. Thank you, Seaside. I appreciate that. Dave the Uber slave. Victory lap life. You put on some weight? Yeah. Thank you for putting that up in capitals. Yeah, I did. And a little insecure about my weight. Appreciate that. I was in great shape towards the end of me selling my van. I should say the end of 2019, going into 2020, right into March of 2020, when the crap hit the fan, and downhill from there, guys. But I'm getting back up there. I'm not worried about that. But thank you, Victory Lap Life, for bringing that up. Jared, get out there and start walking. Yeah, this is all stuff that I do, guys. Some days are just out of it. It's okay. Huh. Yes, he did do a. What's up? What's up, Ghost Sniper? Bob Wells did do that. I actually read his book. Craigslist '04, single with no kids. Visit friends with kids. You realize how easy you have it. No, I agree actually, and I don't necessarily want them. I'll tell you that right now. I do not necessarily want them for that reason. Actually, I am an uncle something like 6 times over. So I don't know how many nieces and nephews I have, but I should probably know that off the top of my head. It seems like there's a new one coming though every couple months. Go sniper! You may have just sniped it. You may have just sniped it, buddy. Oh boy. Um, as you guys can see, my phone goes off quite constantly. If you can hear that, kids need an airplane mode. What is your favorite band? You know what? I don't really have a favorite band, but that's a good question. I am going to start wrapping this up. I told myself I wanted to only go 30 minutes today, but I got a cool video coming out tomorrow. I got 150 people watching right now. I usually don't go that high, so I'm really happy that all you guys are watching. That's pretty amazing. Oh, I just dropped to 149. Darn it. But things that are going to be in the works for me, like I just said, I would love to do a tiny house in the very near future. I'm going to eventually start designing and building my container home. I am 99% sure I'm doing another van. I'm looking to probably do a low top, which is going to be interesting, and use it as my daily driver as well. What am I going to be keeping the Jeep or getting rid of that to do the van? Time will tell. I haven't decided yet. I have a really, really big trip coming up where I have to fly to across the country and then drive a van back across the country. So I'm going to have a lot of alone time to myself during this drive. Sometimes I don't listen to anything while I'm driving. No music, no podcast, no nothing. I just am one with my thoughts in those moments. And that's actually where I clear my head the best. So I am mentally preparing myself for something like a 30-something hour drive. And in that moment, I'm going to figure out a lot, and what I want to do. I have a big couple of months coming up, the end of August. I haven't committed to it fully, but I think I'm going to go to Mountain Expo, which is an overlanding expo event up in Loveland, Colorado. And then a couple weeks after that, I'm going to be going to Gutted. I have committed to that. Gutted is an event which is a build off in 5 days, a bus versus a van versus a schoolie. I am officially on the van building team, and it's going to be pretty awesome. Wrights Crispy. That's a good name. Enjoy your time driving, but know your rights. Living a little large is a good site to learn how to build a tiny house. My friends from Switzerland and New Jersey. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for that super chat too. I know, guys, I've not been reading the comments the last couple of minutes that I've been talking. But the Gutted event is happening. And then a couple weeks after the Gutted event, I have to make a decision to which event I'm going to go to. There's a tiny house event called Tiny Fest. That's in Austin. Or there's a Nomad event, which is up in Oregon. I've been asked to be the MC for both of those events. So I have to let them know which one I'm going to be going to. It's Northwest Nomads up in Oregon, or it's Tiny Fest out in Austin. I don't know which one I'm going to do yet, but they both are very enticing, and I have to make that decision pretty much very soon, because that event is about 2 months away. It's like September 24th. Both of them are all on the same weekend, so that will be decision will be made, and it will be announced. But if you want your tickets to Gutted, I will be there among a ton of other influencers. And I hate that word because I don't like calling myself an influencer. I'm just a regular guy doing things that he loves. And but there's going to be a bunch of social media personalities that are going to be there, as well as people doing build-offs. And it's a gathering. So there's going to be, workshops and seminars and talks and panels and all that stuff happening during the times that we're going to be building these rigs. So I think it's guttedevents.com. Check them out. And it's going to be filmed too, by the way. So you may have to sign an NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement, if I had to guess. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap this up. Stay connected with me. I have not been reading any comments just because I want to disconnect from the comments on YouTube a little bit more. Kim Jones, thank you so much for the gas money. I really do appreciate that. And get a snack and watch some Netflix. Have a great night. Yes, maybe I would love to, but I have a lot of work I got to get done before I leave. I'm flying out on Friday. So, guys, much love, and I will see you guys. Maybe I'll go live next week. I haven't decided yet, but I'll be in a van driving across the country. So, I would love to go live possibly next week so you guys can see the van. Maybe. How's that? Maybe from my phone. So maybe it'll be a quick live next Wednesday. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Have a good night.